the double. Ready. Set. Ready, ready. Let's go. Hut. Here we go, here we go. Ready. Here we go, set. Okay, ready. Set up. Set. Ready. Hut, hut. On the set. Go. Come on. Set, go. Okay, break. Ready. Ready. Let's go now. Set. Ready, ready. Set up. Hut. Ready, ready. On the ready. Ready. Down. Set up. Ready up. Hut, hut. Set. Go. Got it. Ready? Set, go. Let's go. Ready. Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready. Ready. Hut.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got the Vikings, Burner at wide receiver. He comes in 4th in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Vikings and the Titans under the lights on Thursday night.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already. Hard to believe, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Jakeem Grant now to return. This is Jakeem Grant. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Levis out of the shotgun now. And his throw is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And look at this defense for the Vikings. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now Austin. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Set punt. Check pink. Switch yellow.
It's Young off play action. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked by Kevin Byard. Gets around him. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First and 10, it's Levis. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Levis to throw once more. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, Better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Young to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Harris is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try to keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, and a stop him short of the 1st down.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped at his tracks at about the 3. Cody Barton there to bring him down. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving 1st quarter.
Opposite. Black one. Smith, red.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. And they come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stopped him for no gain.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Levis sets up to throw here. Got his man, Okonkwo. Touchdown! Chig Okonkwo. His first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
1st and 10, Young, and that's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You get the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. Looking to throw, Young. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 more there and another 1st down. Now Young. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I haven't met a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun again to Spears. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Levis. Hopkins on the ground over the middle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Levis from the gun. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Touchdown, Titans. DeAndre Hopkins, 31 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down now, but that clock rolling. Young. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To the air once more, Young. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Young now. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Again, it's Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now 1 yard to go on third down. Now Young. Touchdown, Vikings! Michael Gallup as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's polished off by a Viking score. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And that is no good. And this will remain a 5-point game. So we reach halftime here with a bit. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate. Loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Young. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Levis back to throw. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. And down inside the 15 he goes. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Hand off to Spears. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Back to throw, it's Levis. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Now Levis. And it's a Titans touchdown. Traylon Burks from 3 yards out. And the Titans are able to add on to that lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And now out comes Minnesota.
On the ready. Black swap.
It's Young off play action. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Now a handoff to Chandler. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now here's Young. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Here's Levis. On the out route, he's got Burks. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. And here's a give to Spears. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. Spears with another carry. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Robinson's got it. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. The Titans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run with Spears. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Tennessee.
Levis to throw off play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Back to the air on second down. Levis. That one's taken in by Spears. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this fourth quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns. But in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Throwing, Young. Over the middle, complete. It's Ray. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 6.
Young on third down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Here's a run by Spears. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Rolling to his left. Got his man, Okonkwo. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there of 20 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Levis to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Face mask. Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
They'll throw it again with Levis. That's to Burks, and he's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Titans have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And out now come the Vikings. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Second down, Young. And his throw here is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. To the air once more, Young. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Titans, the win for them is number 6 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.